Out there, in the silent darkness of space, there are crime scenes. Places where something unbelievably violent has happened. And today, we're opening a case file on one of the most chilling cosmic events ever discovered. It's a story of death, of cosmic cannibalism, and a permanent, terrifying reminder of the victim.
Yeah, you heard that right. That's how an actual astronomer described this discovery. And it's not just some clever line. It is a shockingly accurate description of what's happening 65 light years away from us. We've found a killer, and it has literally branded itself with the remains of its prey.
All right, let's open the case file. Our investigation is centered on a star, catalog number WD0816-310. Now to us, it just looks like a faint little point of light. But when astronomers looked closer, they realized they were staring at the scene of a planetary execution.
So who's the perpetrator in our story? Well, it's what's known as a zombie star. It's basically the dead, collapsed core of a sun that burned out a long time ago. Think of it as a stellar corpse, unbelievably dense, with a gravitational pull so powerful it can rip entire worlds to shreds if they get too close. So, what tipped off the cosmic detectives? What did they find? This scar, a huge dark patch of metal, mostly iron and nickel, branded onto one specific spot on the star's surface. And here's the crazy part. As the star turns, the scar turns right along with it. It's a permanent mark of the crime.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, wait a minute. Stars eat planets, we know this happens. And you'd be absolutely right. Stellar cannibalism is, pretty common out there. So what makes this case file so special? Why is this discovery sending shockwaves through the astronomy world?
Because in every single other case we've ever seen, the evidence gets hidden. The star eats the planet, and all those heavy metals sink deep down into its core, gone forever. But not this time. No, this killer kept a trophy. The vaporized remains of its victim are stuck right on its face for the whole universe to see.
So the huge question is, how? How in the universe did this star manage to keep the evidence from getting buried? Well, the answer lies in the murder weapon itself.
First, let's just do a quick profile on our culprit. A white dwarf, like this one, is what happens at the end of a star's life. A star just like our own sun. It's a stellar corpse, an object about the size of Earth but with the mass of the sun. Its gravity is just immense. It's a crushing force that rewrites the rules for anything nearby.
And this is the puzzle that was just driving astronomers crazy. See, the rule of stellar gravity is simple. Heavy stuff sinks. Any metal a white dwarf swallows should get pulled deep into its core, like almost instantly. But on WD0816-310, the metals were just stuck, sitting right there on the surface, completely defying the laws of physics. Something was holding them up.
And that leads us to the one clue that cracked this whole case wide open. This wasn't just any old white dwarf. This thing had an unbelievably powerful magnetic field. And that magnetism, it changed everything. It was the missing piece. It was the murder weapon.
So, let's reconstruct the crime. Here's how it went down. First, a planet, or maybe a big asteroid, wandered just a little too close and got caught. The star's gravity shredded it and vaporized it into a cloud of metallic gas. But then, the magnetic field kicked in. It acted like this giant cosmic funnel, channeling all of that metal debris straight to the star's magnetic poles. And once it was there, it was trapped. It couldn't sink, creating that permanent, grisly scar.
So that magnetic field basically created a crime scene that can never be wiped clean. The star is now forever branded by the world it destroyed. A cosmic killer, wearing a tattoo of its victim.
Now look, this might all feel like some distant, abstract horror story happening light years away. But this is where the case takes a very sharp turn and points directly at us. This investigation isn't just about some far-off star. Turns out, it's a prophecy.
Because what happened to that planet orbiting that dead star, well, it's a preview of our own solar system's destiny. The star WD0816-310 is basically a ghost of our sun's future. In about 5 billion years, our sun is going to run out of fuel. It's going to swell up into a red giant, probably swallowing Mercury and Venus whole. And after that, it's going to collapse into a white dwarf, a zombie star, right here in the center of our solar system. And any planets that are left, including maybe what's left of Earth, will be orbiting that stellar corpse, just waiting to make a wrong move. Which leaves us with one last really haunting thought. If the scorched remains of Earth are one day pulled into the grip of our dead sun, will our star also keep a trophy? Will it wear a permanent metallic scar made from the iron in our buildings, our cars, and even the iron in our blood? A humanity-sized scar for some future civilization to find and investigate, just like we did.